Storm Eunice, Storm Zeynep in Germany, Storm Nora in Denmark, is an extratropical cyclone that is part of the 2021-22 European windstorm season. Storm Eunice was named by the Met Office on the 14th of February. On the 16th of February, an amber weather warning was issued for the whole of southern England, Wales and the Midlands. A red weather warning was subsequently issued on the 17th of February for parts of southwest England and South Wales, meaning a danger to life from flying debris, with a second red warning issued on the 18th of February for London, the southeast and east of England. Eunice has set a provisional record for the fastest wind gust recorded in England with 122 miles per hour, 196 kilometers per hour, at the Needles, Isle of Wight. So far, Eunice caused 7 fatalities and multiple injuries. Meteorological history: the Met Office named Storm Eunice alongside Storm Dudley on the 14th of February. Meanwhile, the Free University of Berlin, FUB, named the same system as Zeynep on the 16th of February. Met Iran tweeted that the rapid pressure drop during cyclogenesis met the criteria for explosive cyclogenesis. Preparation and impact: Belgium. The roof of the Gelamco Arena was damaged, resulting in the postponement of the First Division A match between Gent and Saraing scheduled for the 18th of February. In Tournai, parts of a crane were torn loose by high winds and fell on a hospital, damaging the roof and top floor. In Ypres, a 79-year-old British man drowned after falling from his boat at the marina. 4 others were seriously injured. In Menin, an 18-year-old jogger was transported to the hospital in critical condition after being hit by a loose branch. In Ghent, a man was hit by a broken solar panel and sustained life-threatening injuries. In Thames, a man sustained a major head injury after a metal plate was ripped off a construction site container. In Vern, a truck driver was transported to the hospital after the truck was knocked over by high winds. Denmark. The Danish Meteorological Institute decided to give the storm the name Nora, believing the name Eunice would be difficult to pronounce in Nordic languages. Nora did not cause significant damage to Denmark, and most models suggest Nora hit it with wind speeds of 60 to 70 kilometers per hour. They also suggest Nora hit southern Jutland the most, particularly near the German border, as this was where Nora was closest to Denmark from Germany. France. In France, an orange warning was issued in 5 departments, with 140 km per hour winds anticipated in the northernmost points of France. However, the peak was 161 km per hour. Nord, Pas-de-Calais, Somme, Seine-Maritime, and Manche all received orange weather warnings as a result of Storm Eunice, and yellow weather warnings were issued for most of northern France. Police in Wimereux were reported to have been patrolling the seafront, ensuring nobody walked on it. Germany. In Germany, Eunice was named Zeynep by the FUB, ahead of the system's impact. Storm tide warnings were issued near the Elbe River in preparation for 90 miles per hour winds, higher than Elenia, which impacted the area only days prior. Eunice made landfall at about midday local time, close to the mouth of the Elbe. DWD anticipates it will be pushed by high-speed wind gusts through Brandenburg, and will calm somewhat, but remain quite strong into Saturday. Ireland. On the 16th of February, Met Iran issued a status orange wind warning for 7 counties for the 18th of February, saying the storm would bring severe and potentially damaging winds, gusting up to 130 km per hour. The next day, further weather warnings for rain, wind and snow were issued by Met Iran, with a status red wind warning for counties Cork, Kerry, Clare and Waterford, while all schools, colleges, universities and childcare facilities were advised to close in counties with status red wind and orange snow warnings. A number of flights, ferry crossings, bus and train services were cancelled throughout the country. A gust of wind with a speed of 172 km per hour, 107 miles per hour, was recorded offshore at Fastnet Lighthouse, while a gust of wind with a speed of 137 km per hour, 85 miles per hour, was recorded at Roche Point, Cork Harbour. Up to 80,000 homes and businesses were without power nationally. In County Wexford, a 59-year-old council worker was killed by a falling tree while out clearing debris. There were reports of damages to the roof of Clontarf Road Dart Station caused by the strong winds. The Netherlands. The Meteorological Institute KNMI issued rare code red warnings as a result of Storm Eunice for Zeeland, South Holland, North Holland, Friesland and IJssel regions. A code orange was in effect for the rest of the country, excluding Limburg, which faced only a code yellow warning. KNMI reported that they expected gusts between 100 and 120 km per hour for inland areas. This is the 4th time a code red has been issued since 2021 in the Netherlands, with the last in July 2021. Dutch railway operator NS announced on the 17th of February that it was cancelling all domestic and international train traffic on the 18th of February at 1400 Central Europe Time, 1300 Coordinated Universal Time. A red weather alarm was issued by the Royal Netherlands Meteorological Institute for 5 provinces, including North Holland, South Holland, Zeeland, Flevoland and Friesland. All other provinces, except Limburg, received an orange weather alarm. Many universities and schools closed their doors in the afternoon of the 18th of February. In addition, national retailers, courts and town halls stopped services across the country in the afternoon. The Eredivisie match between Fortuna Sittard and Sparta Rotterdam scheduled for the evening of the 18th of February was postponed as the safety of players, staff and supporters could not be guaranteed due to the extreme weather conditions in the area. On the 18th of February, 4 people were killed in accidents involving fallen trees. 2 people died in Amsterdam after being struck by a falling tree. At least one of the victims was a cyclist. A driver in Diemen was struck and killed by a falling tree as well. A 4th person died in a dorp near Groningen, after colliding with a fallen tree in their car. The roof of the ADO Den Haag Stadium was damaged. In the early evening of the 18th of February, several houses in The Hague were evacuated following reported instability in one of the 2 towers of the Alenkerk in the town's Zeeheldenkwartier neighborhood. United Kingdom weather warnings for wind, ice and rain were issued by the Met Office spanning most of the UK on the 17th of February. These warnings included red warnings across Wales and southern England. People living on the north coasts of Cornwall, Devon and Somerset in southwest England were warned to expect flooding, hence the danger to life red warning. Schools were widely closed, along with delivery services, sea crossings, and several bridges. The Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, said that the army had been placed on standby. A gust of wind with a speed of 122 miles per hour, 196 kilometers per hour, was recorded at the Needles, the fastest gust ever recorded in England. Several people were injured as a result of Eunice, with 3 deaths. A woman in Haringey after a tree fell onto her car and a man in Netherton, Merseyside after debris hit the windscreen of his car. A man in Alton, Hampshire, also died when a vehicle hit a fallen tree. 1 person in Waterloo was injured by falling debris. Another in Streatham was injured by a tree struck down by Eunice. 3 people were taken to hospital after a car hit a tree in Bradford upon Avon. 1 person is in hospital with serious injuries after being hit by debris from a roof in Henley-on-Thames. In London, large sections of the O2 Arena's fabric roof were torn away. The storm blew the top of the spire off Church of St. Thomas, Wells, Somerset. One of the 3 towers at Grain Power Station collapsed. The power station was taken offline for safety. The early 21st century bandstand at the De La Warr Pavilion on Bexhill-on-Sea seafront in East Sussex was destroyed. The cladding on a Leeds tower block was ripped off by the wind. 90,000 homes in southwest England were left without power. In Cornwall, power outages affected Bossiney, Lanarth, Murraysian and Treverick. Dorset was heavily affected by the storm. The Sandbanks ferry service was suspended. An elderly man was injured when the roof was blown off the Bournemouth Sands Hotel in Westbourne. Buildings in Folkestone were damaged, and a power cut affected Tower Park. An EFL Championship game between AFC Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest scheduled for the evening of the 18th of February was postponed because of damage to Bournemouth's ground, the Vitality Stadium, caused by Storm Eunice. Trains were cancelled and delayed across the UK, including all in Wales. Over 400 flights were also cancelled. Landings at Heathrow Airport of planes battling high winds of the storm were live-streamed on the YouTube channel Big Jet TV, leading to global media coverage. See also weather of 2022-2021-22 European windstorm season Storm Dudley, an extratropical cyclone that affected northern England 2 days earlier. References external links.